Sleepy Night, The Beautiful Woman in the House. A fictional horror story inspired by urban legends. The Lonely House. On a cold autumn night, Daniel, a 29-year-old photographer with short black hair and a gray jacket, arrived at an old countryside house he had rented for a weekend. The house stood alone among towering trees, and thick fog covered the narrow road leading to it. The owner handed him the keys with trembling hands. "Whatever you hear after midnight," he whispered. "Don't open the upstairs bedroom door." Daniel laughed, believing it was just another ghost story meant to scare visitors. The first sound, at exactly 12:17 a.m., the power suddenly went out. The only light came from the moon shining through dusty windows. Then, knock, knock, knock. The sound echoed from the locked bedroom upstairs. Daniel slowly climbed the wooden staircase with his flashlight. As he reached the hallway, the knocking stopped. Silence filled the house. He turned back, trying to convince himself it was only the old wood settling. The beautiful woman. At 1:03 a.m., Daniel noticed someone standing near the staircase. It was a beautiful young woman wearing a flowing white dress. Her long dark hair rested over her shoulders, and her pale face carried a calm, mysterious smile. "I've been waiting," she said softly. Daniel froze. "Who are you?" Instead of answering, she quietly walked toward the upstairs bedroom and disappeared behind the locked door. Daniel rushed after her. The door was still locked. No footsteps, no sound, only silence. The hidden diary. The next morning, Daniel searched the attic and discovered an old diary covered in dust. Inside, he found faded photographs of the same woman. Her name was Emily. According to the diary, Emily had once lived in the house decades earlier. Every evening she waited for her fiancé, a sailor who promised to return home. But one stormy night, his ship vanished at sea. Emily never stopped waiting. The final diary entry read, "If you hear her calling after midnight, don't follow her." Daniel suddenly remembered the woman's exact words. "I've been waiting." The midnight return. Daniel decided to leave before sunset, but heavy rain flooded the road, trapping him inside. That night, the clock struck midnight once again. The upstairs bedroom door slowly creaked open by itself. A cold wind swept through the hallway. Daniel looked inside. Emily stood beside an old window, staring into the darkness beyond the trees. This time, she slowly turned toward him. "I finally found someone who listened," she whispered. "The final truth." Daniel gathered his courage and stepped into the room. Instead of attacking him, Emily gently pointed toward a dusty wooden chest hidden beneath the floorboards. Inside were old letters, a silver engagement ring, and a newspaper announcing that the missing sailor's remains had finally been identified many years after the shipwreck. Daniel carefully placed the ring beside Emily's photograph. A warm breeze filled the room. Emily smiled peacefully for the first time. Her figure slowly faded into tiny glowing lights that drifted through the open window and disappeared into the night sky. The house became completely silent. The strange knocking never returned. Months later, new visitors rented the old house. They often said it felt unusually peaceful. Yet some still claimed that on quiet autumn nights, they could see a graceful woman in white standing near the upstairs window, not frightening anyone, but watching the distant road with a gentle smile, as if guarding the house where her long wait had finally come to an end.